So we have been playing with AI. Artificial intelligence is crazy, and what you're able to do with it now is crazy. And if you recall, not long ago, we had ChatGPT write an episode of Happy Days, and then had Don Most and Anson Williams do a table read along with Jim Meskimen and Taylor Meskimen of a short 5-minute episode of Happy Days. So now we brought the guys back. Welcome back, guys.
Nice.
Hello again. Good to see you, David.
And so I took that script that you guys did the table read of, and we did this is the first episode of Happy Days that's been produced in 42 years.
Oh,
right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for making you feel so young, David. Thank you.
Well, when you see yourself, you'll see how young you look. So basically,
another reminder. Thank you.
Basically, I took a bunch of different artificial intelligence programs and had them generate images to recreate this Happy Days episode. Now, a couple of sort of warnings before we get started. AI has trouble with facial consistency. That's number one. And number two, the opening music is going to be definitely different because I didn't want to get the YouTube bots to turn us off. So I had AI generate a new theme song for Happy Days.
Oh, good. So we have less intelligence and new music. Starting off great, David.
It's starting off great. Well, what you need to remember also is this is as bad as it's ever going to be.
Oh, good. That's positive.
And as good as current over-the-counter software available, and as good as I could do it.
So it shows no one has anything to worry about.
Right, exactly. But the other part is this is where we are in January of 2025. So with that in mind, here is a brand new episode of Happy Days.
Every day is a happy day with AI, a happy day. All our days are happy days with AI, a happy day. Just like David in the tree, find the island is the sea. Every day is a happy day with AI, a happy day.
This episode of Happy Days was filmed with AI.
Hey, Ralph, I'm telling you, this is our chance to make a fortune. We start our own business, get rich, and buy whatever it is rich people buy.
Yeah, but what kind of business are we starting?
This is the genius part, Ralph. We buy candy bars in bulk, sell them to the kids at school.
You two, business? You couldn't even sell ice cream in July.
Get out of here, Richie. You're just jealous of our entrepreneurial spirit.
Besides, I already borrowed $20 from my mom. All we need is a supplier.
A supplier? Sounds like the candy mafia.
Potsie, what brings you boys by?
Mrs. C, we need candy. Lots of it. Cheap.
I see. And what are two fine young men like you doing with all that candy?
We're starting a business. Candy bars in bulk, sold at markup, just like the big leagues.
You boys really do have some interesting ideas. Tell you what, I'll help you get started. Here's a dozen to start you off, but if you make any profit, you come back here and do some yard work for me. Agreed?
Agreed, Mrs. C. You're a real candy angel.
Hey, Arnold customers, buy a candy bar and get 10% off. Friendship.
Or buy 2 and we'll throw in a free handshake.
You two look like you're trying to sell candy out of the back of a truck.
This is a sophisticated business. Rich, we're practically moguls.
Hey, Ralph. Here comes Arnold. You think he'll be mad that we're selling on his turf?
Boy, what is this?
Oh, well, Arnold, we thought if we sell candy right outside, maybe it'll bring in more business for you. We're practically partners.
I'll let you stay, but only if I get half the profits.
How about we give you a candy bar instead?
I'll take the candy bar, please.
Oh, yeah, sure thing, kid. That'll be... What should we charge?
I don't know. 2 for $1? I think we're being swindled, Ralph.
Look at you two. Candy bar tycoons, huh?
Yeah, Fonz. We're really raking it in.
Yeah, good luck, fellas. Just remember, the Fonz doesn't buy candy. Candy buys the Fonz.
Well, Potts, I think our business melted.
But hey, we got a couple of candy bars left. It's not a total loss.
So, how did it go, boys?
Not great. Mrs. C, we ended up with nothing.
That's all right, boys. Business takes practice. Why don't you come back to the house and I'll make you some brownies to cheer you up?
Hey, brownies are practically money.
Mrs. C, you're the best business partner we could ask for. Pretty wild. That was pretty wild. I love the way, for some reason, in the last scene or last 2 scenes, it had me talking like I was doing a Marlon Brando impression in The Godfather.
I've never seen your face contort like that, Ralphie.
I know. I mean, it was like I put the cotton in my mouth, like he did for his.
My face widened out at times.
There were a couple of times in some of the generations, because these are multiple generations, to try to get it even close to what you guys look like. It kept sort of elongating your face so you look like a chimpanzee, Anson.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Thanks for that.
I didn't put those in. Yeah.
I'd love the world to see this now, for sure.
So this was from different generations. It was a composite of different generations of the AI.
Yeah, so what I would do in most cases was pull a still from an episode of Happy Days. Sometimes, like for example, there was a scene with the 3 of you guys, with you, the 2 of you, and Mrs. C in the kitchen, for example. Well, in that scene in the original show, Richie was there.
Right.
So I brought it into Photoshop, took Richie out, found a shot of Mrs. C, put her in there, exported that, and then brought it to another AI that animated everybody, and then another AI that actually did the lip sync.
Oh gosh,
and that
crazy masterpiece. Yeah, it was. You said that it doesn't have consistency with facial, and I got to see that because in certain scenes and certain shots, it looked, pretty much like I did as Ralph, and then I looked like somebody totally different,
some new guy.
Yeah, and
then
the little kid who was buying candy looked like Jerry Mathers and Leave It to Beaver when he did it.
I said, why have a generic kid when it's the 1950s? I could put Beaver in there.
Oh, so you did that.
And you colorized them.
I found a color shot of him.
I don't think Leave It to Beaver was in color. I think
it was never in color, but I found a color publicity photo of him.
Oh, that was pretty funny. And then it's pretty amazing though how it did create a lot of things on its own, right? I mean, like when the shot when Anson was talking through the megaphone and shouting out about the candy. I mean, did it do that on its own, or did you tell it to use that?
I took the shot of Anson, I put it in Photoshop, and then I gave it a megaphone, and then I exported that.
That looked pretty good. That looked pretty good.
Yeah, because there was a show when you were really, I think it was for Vote for Adlai Stevenson or something like that. Yeah, it was
a Stevenson show.
Yeah.
And you were using a megaphone just like that.
Right. Yeah, well, that's what gave me the idea.
Oh, okay.
I saw that episode.
I thought AI just kind of figured to do that.
You can't believe how many episodes of Happy Days I watched to get to get shots that were even remotely usable.
But it was pretty funny watching it, though.
It is funny. It is pretty amazing. As basic as it is, it's amazing. And the song wasn't bad. It was pretty good.
And it had the same that opening percussion or clap thing that they did.
I took that, and also all the background music was generated by AI through every scene.
No, that was good. Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That seemed like the real deal. So.
Yeah, I found music that sounded a lot like the stuff that you guys used as your underscores.
Oh, so you found the music?
No, I made the music using AI.
Oh,
those are all new songs. Nobody's ever heard them before.
Yeah, so you gave them AI samples and
I just told it what I want. I said I want a doo-wop song, and it generated like dozens of songs, and I picked out the ones. And then, that last scene was kind of sad, so I found a slower. I made a slower one.
I teared up that last scene.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure. Well, I would have too.
It just was overwhelmingly emotional.
If it was my likeness 30, 40 years ago, I would have teared up also.
Yeah, that's true too. Don, anyone sees this, we're through in the business. You got it? You know what I'm saying? We're done.
Well, I don't know. We say it's 43 years ago.
They've
changed a lot.
They've changed a little bit. But it felt like a Happy Days episode, even though it wasn't a Happy Days episode.
It did have a tone for that. Yes, it did.
And then who knows, a year from now, David, what it will be able to do.
My feeling wasn't to like, oh, now I want to do Happy Days, and recreate Happy Days. But I thought, okay, well, we don't know yet what AI can do. We've seen what the samples of what people are doing with AI, but we didn't have a basis of comparison to say, okay, this is what it looked like when live people were doing it. So what could AI do that in January of 2025? And obviously it can't. There's a limit to what it can do. And as we said in the thing, it's kind of lacking the human touch to a certain extent,
A little. Dave, what I'd like to know now, this is what you can get. Do studios is there more intricate AI that you can't get that other people have that do go a little further now?
For sure, if a studio decided that they wanted to recreate Happy Days, look at if you ever saw Rogue One, the Star Wars movie, and saw the last scene of it, which was a digitally rendered Princess Leia. It was Carrie Fisher's face, but someone else acted.
Right.
Or recently, somebody did a Star Trek short And with the permission of Paramount, and it was Rod Roddenberry produced it, and William Shatner produced it, and the Nimoy family produced it. And it was a short film of Captain Kirk going to see Mr. Spock on his deathbed.
Oh, and, yeah, I heard about that.
And what they did was they had actors, they shot it, but they digitally took William Shatner's face from different ages and put it on this actor who was kind of built like William Shatner and sort of walked and talked like William Shatner. So it's there, it's much more expensive, and there's a lot of trial and error with this technology currently.
Yeah.
You try something, it doesn't work, so you try something else, it doesn't work. And I used maybe a dozen different pieces of software, and in another video I'll go over, with people who were interested, what software I used and sort of break down piece by piece of how I did it. But I wanted to get your sense of, having been there back in the day and then seeing something like this and get your reactions to it, because to me, that's more important than how I did it or how good or bad it was. What was it like to watch it?
Well, first of all, it was kind of a combination. When we became a hit, when we became a live audience show, and it's a whole different energy. I didn't feel the energy. I felt this more like the movie the first 2 years when we were in camera film. I didn't feel the energy of the live audience. And also, it's clever, but it's way off. It doesn't have the heart of the show, subtext of the show. Everything's kind of forced out. It's kind of clever, seeing us again and all that, but it's far from being effective.
Yeah. Don?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with what Anson said, although I did find myself just kind of amazed at what it could do, and so I wasn't really looking at it to see. Anson's totally right. It doesn't come anything near the reality, creating the reality of the way we speak and the way we move and all that. It's stilted, or it's sort of out of whack. And but I found it as just it was very amusing to watch it. I guess I wasn't expecting it to really be able to recreate it in a way that would have been up to the level of our show.
It's amusing. It's amusing, but it's not a sellable.
No, not.
It's not. I don't. It'd be interesting for you to put it up and get just an audience reaction.
Yep.
And see what they say. And my feeling is, I don't think it's going to be a real positive reaction.
No, I don't either. To me, it reminds me a little bit of, in the mid-'70s, Filmation did a Star Trek cartoon.
Yeah.
And it was like, for Star Trek fans, it was the only Star Trek they were going to get until the movies came out. But it was like that. It's like, well, it's Star Trek, but it's not really Star Trek. It's like these automatons are sort of going through the motions with the right voices.
Right.
But it's not really.
It doesn't come off as real.
It doesn't come off as real at all.
It doesn't connect. It's not tactile. Right. There's an element missing that just detaches you.
It's nice to see old friends again, these characters we haven't seen in years. On the other hand, it's not those characters. It's like Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, it's its own animal. It's something different.
I suspect we're going to see a lot of this kind of thing going forward, in terms of people are trying to do stuff with AI, whether they're.
fun if you take the script, right? Same, and we redo it every 6 months or something.
Yeah, well, like a year from now, maybe I'll have ChatGPT write another script, and if you guys are up for it, then we'll try this again. But it's like what I could do a year ago and what can be done now. And a lot of people are against AI, but it's I just think it's a tool.
Yeah.
I feel like a tool for having done it, but
Me too.
Well, thank you for playing. I thank you both for playing. I mean, you're good sports about the whole thing. It was, and I hope you had fun.
Oh, we just had a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, it was fun. It was fun to get together in this way. and
it's a wonderful way to see my best friend. It's great,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, Donny,
I knew who you meant.
All right.
All right, guys, I gotta go.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you guys both for doing this, and we will talk soon.
We'll talk soon.
All right.
God bless.
See you with the next
Good to see you, bro.
You too. You too.